Tamika with Next Level Solutions, and I'm here with my business partner, Colette Evans.
Hello.
So today our topic and tips, we're going to talk about letting go.
Yes. So before we go any further, I just want to admit something, that letting go has probably been one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my entire life.
Okay.
I actually crowned myself the queen of holding grudges.
All right.
And I thought that was a good thing, honey. You couldn't tell me I didn't know what I was talking about, because I felt like letting go was a weakness.
Right.
And so I was like, no, I'm going to be strong, and I'm going to show these people I don't need them.
Right.
And I can do whatever I want to do without them. And so I realized later on in life that, you know, it messes with you physically and emotionally.
Oh, definitely.
And you can't control everything. So
Right.
you have to let it go.
So, just like Colette, I had a problem with letting go as well. But mine was a little different. I had a problem with letting go of situations or people or relationships, friendships. So for me, letting go was very hard. If you were my friend, you were my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And it would take pretty much an act of Congress for me to let that friendship go, even when I was done wrong.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until I realized that letting go of the situation that I no longer had control over was actually a good thing. So I had to see letting go as a strength versus being a weakness.
Right. So I think for me, the turning point was when my mom came to live with us, and she had dementia. And so it was 2 years, and those 2 years were really difficult. I'd still been holding grudges against people. I still was not letting go of situations. And then on top of that, I was dealing with her. So I was holding resentment against her for this sickness.
Right.
And what it taught me, or what she taught me, was bad things happen to good people.
Right.
Because she was my angel on earth. And it taught me that you don't have control over everything. You can't necessarily change anything, and sometimes accepting it is the change.
Right.
And change is inevitable.
Right.
So I really thank her for that lesson. But you know what I was harboring? So the fact that we made all these plans to do things when she did move down, before she got sick. And the things we were going to do and the way we were going to be together, and all of that got wiped away. And she wasn't the same mom I remembered. So I was just holding that grudge, and I was being selfish, and realized, you know what, if I'm really going to walk in this faith that I say, this faith journey that God has for me, this purpose,
Right.
I got to do the let go and let God.
Right.
And once I did that, it took a while, but once I did that, I felt free.
Okay.
And that's what I needed, and I felt selfless.
Right.
So that was what helped me.
And definitely it's a process.
Yeah.
It does not happen overnight.
Right.
It's something that you have to work on daily.
Yes.
So once I came to grips with it's okay to let go, I learned that the people or the friends or the situation that I was in, it doesn't mean that you're mad with the person or the individual.
Mm-hmm.
It just means that that person's season is up in your life. And we go through seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a problem with trying to make seasonal people permanent people in my life. But once I learned to let that go, things began to open up for me. You also have to think about when you're holding on to those people, while you're holding on to those people, God got somebody over here ready for you if you would just let that go. There's a Bible verse that talks about letting go as well, and it's 1 John 2:19. They went out from us, but they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would no doubt have continued with us. But they went out that they might be made manifest that they were not all of us. So clearly, if people are meant to be in your life, they will be there, and if not, you just have to learn to let it go.
Right. So if you don't let things go that don't serve you, it could drain you emotionally, physically. You become exhausted, bitter. So I just have to say I thank my mom for this lesson. It took me a long time to learn it, but I finally got it. And now the queen has relinquished her crown of holding a grudge. It's gone.
So some things we've done to help us let go of things that no longer serve us. For one, the most important thing was pray about it. Surrender yourself to God, and read and write scriptures about letting go.
Yes, agreed. Also, forgive others. But I think the biggest key to forgiving is forgiving yourself, because a lot of times we're harder on ourselves than we are on other people. So forgiveness.
Okay, and meditation. I know I meditate every morning. I don't do it as much as at night as I do it in the morning, but meditation is another way to help let things go.
Right. Therapy.
Oh, yes.
So I've gone to therapy 2 separate occasions, both around my mom. Once when she was living with us, I went for about three sessions.
Okay.
And it was just to get a different perspective from somebody who did not know me, didn't know anything about me or my mom. And then I felt better. And then the second time was a year after my mom passed away, and I was trying to deal with the grief, but I really wasn't grieving, and I wasn't letting go of some things.
Okay.
And I went only 5 sessions, and she helped me through that. So therapy is very important.
Yes, I've used therapy as well. And you can also talk to someone you can trust, maybe a friend that you can confide in. Sit down and tell them what you're going through, and just make sure it's someone that you know they're not going to take your information and share it with others.
Right. So journaling. I don't journal every day. I journal when I have big transitions in my life, and that's helped me get through the transitions. Good and bad transitions,
Right.
help me see what it's about, help me look back on those situations to see what I've done. So that's been powerful and helpful for me.
And also, ask for help. You know, sometimes we're going through situations and we want to keep it all bottled up inside. But you never know that there may be someone that's been through the same situation that you've been through. Ask for help.
Yeah. I had a big problem with that. I do not like asking for help. I do now, but I didn't. And
Right.
Tamika can speak for that,
Yes.
because I was going through it and I did not tell her. I didn't tell anybody really. And she, I bust out crying in church one day, and she looked at me like I was crazy.
And it's so crazy because we're so close, and when she started talking about what she was going through and that she was carrying so much, I'm looking at her like, girl, why haven't you said anything? So definitely talk to somebody. Ask for help.
Yes. Work on yourself. Go within.
Definitely.
You're not going to get anything accomplished or be able to move to that next level until you go within. And how have you been able to do that, or what have you done?
I've journaled. I love journaling. And it's amazing how you'll look back in your journal after maybe a year or so of journaling, and you look at the situation that you've gone through, and it's almost like you're writing a book to yourself. And I go back and I look at it, and I was like, wow, I didn't realize I was going through that situation, and how the situation had changed from that time to this time. So journaling most definitely is a powerful tool for me.
So, and then allowing yourself to sit in your emotion for a few minutes.
Right.
You have to acknowledge it. Don't
Exactly.
stay in it, and then move on.
Right. And burning. We had a burning ceremony with a group of women that we work with, and that was amazing. So we wrote down everything that we wanted to let go, and then we all just put it in a bag and just pretty much burn it, just letting go anything that no longer served us.
Right. Yep. So I think that's a really powerful topic. We're gonna have to do some workshops and things on this,
Definitely.
but we hope that that's helped you all, and we hope that you'll join us on our next episode. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Definitely.
See you next time.
Bye.